Adidas Terrex running shoes have never really meshed or clicked with me. They've never just really had the whole package that suits my kind of trail running, which is a bit of technical, a bit of long distance, fast running over technical trails, sky running, all that kind of stuff. I need one shoe that does all of that really, really well. But damn, the Agravic SL. This one is built different, and this has me really excited. I can't wait to tell you all about this one. I think personally, this is the best Adidas Terrex trail running shoe ever, so far, that you can buy right now. Maybe there'll be a better one soon. The Terrex Agravic SL takes the bouncy Lightstrike Pro superfoam that made the Adizero EVO SL such a hit and builds a proper trail shoe around it at a very, very fair $160. And the surprise is how wide the pace range is, but also how versatile it is in terms of what you're running on. It handles easy miles right through to honest tempo paces, plus genuine road to trail versatility. I know this isn't a hybrid road to trail shoe, it's an all mountain do-it-all runner, but damn, it performs really well on the roads. Okay, let's go over the key specs. They cost $160. I'll let you know by the end of this review if I believe they're worth that price tag. But with an intro like that, I think you already know they are. They weigh 9.8 ounces, or 278 grams, that's for a size US men's 9, my pair. That's pretty average for an all-mountain trail running shoe like this. Not hugely lightweight, but it's not heavy either. It has a drop of 6 millimeters, that's 39 millimeters under the heel, and 33 millimeters under the forefoot, so a pretty high stack height for a trail running shoe. The upper is using an engineered woven mesh with a secondary liner, seamless TPU overlays which help with splash protection and durability, and a gusseted wing tongue, braided serrated laces, and super padded collars and heel counter. The midsole has full-length Lightstrike Pro superfoam with a nylon midfoot shank and a moderate-to-exaggerated rocker. The outsole has full coverage Continental rubber with very aggressive 3.5 to 4 millimeter lugs on there. They're in a somewhat staggered chevron pattern, and that really helps if you do want to claw in when going up hills and bite into the trail when you're going down steep declines. When it comes to sizing and fit, they're very much true to size for me. Go with your usual US sizing and you should be really happy with these. If you caught my EVO SL review, the road version of this shoe, it's quite a bit different, but a really well priced road shoe with Lightstrike Pro foam, you'll know I said they come up large. And I recommended going down a half size. That's not the case for these. There is a little bit of extra room in there, but it just feels right for a trail running shoe. You do want a little bit of room for expansion. You want some room in the toe box to be able to wiggle your toes because that helps stabilize you on the run. It also allows you to get more power when going up steep inclines. And feet do expand on long runs when you're running on the trails all day. So I like that there is a little bit of room in there, but it's not too big. I've seen some reviews that are saying this is coming up half size too big, but honestly, for a trail running shoe, it's spot on for me. The midfoot provides a really nice secure fit, locks your foot within the shoe very well, and the heel lockdown is pretty good. If you do want a better experience, you can use that final eyelet at the top. That will allow you to do racer's loop, heel lock method, lacing setup. If you're not sure what that is, follow that link up there. It's a quick demo I put together that will help you lock your heel in any shoe. Be aware the tongue is fairly short. Doesn't feel bad on the run, but if you are using that extra eyelet at the top, you are going to be in danger of these laces creeping up over the tongue. So that's going to be an interesting one for a lot of people that do have narrow heels and do want to use that extra eyelet. And the fit is generally really good. There's no hot spots, nothing weird digging in, and it just feels super comfortable. I also like the fact the tongue is gusseted, so it's kind of attached to the top of the midsole, and that just stops the tongue from moving around when you're running. If you're enjoying this Adidas Terrex Agravic SL review so far. Please give a video a like, I really appreciate it when you guys do that. It helps my channel, but also it makes me look really popular. And I want to get your experiences. If you've run in the Agravic SL, tell me what you thought of them, or think of them, because you're still running in them most likely. Good or bad, to be honest, doesn't really matter to me. It's going to help the community decide whether or not this is going to be the best all-mountain trail running shoe for those people looking to buy it. So we all really appreciate your information and input. Thank you. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more roundups, comparison videos, and running shoe reviews just like this one. And hit the notification bell. That'll let you know as soon as new videos drop, because you're not going to want to miss what's coming up. Okay, let's jump to my performance review. I'm going to start by talking about the ride feel, because that's really the biggest selling point of these shoes. It's the reason most people are going to buy them, and that's the Lightstrike Pro foam and geometry of this midsole. It just feels incredibly bouncy, incredibly exciting, joyful, and playful to run in. There's so much energy return, and this fairly extreme rocker geometry here really smooths out those transitions from heel landing to toe takeoff. This is an all-mountain running shoe through and through. It's got an aggressive outsole, it's durable, and it's capable of going longer distances. But I'll admit there's fairly high stack height on here, and the midsole is fairly soft. That said, stability is really good for a shoe with this much stack height. And that's because of the shank that runs through the midsole. It just gives you extra stability, making the shoe feel more planted and controllable on the run. It also gives a little bit of extra pop. I just love flexing Lightstrike Pro foam. It just flies out of my hands. But you feel that on the run. There's so much pop and energy return coming from this. And because of all of that, these actually perform very, very well on hard ground. If you are looking for a shoe to run maybe an ultra marathon on hard ground, gravel, or rolling trails that aren't too technical, this would be a fantastic pick for the money. But also anything to moderate to slightly technical trails, these are going to be fantastic for as well. And all that cushioning protection does make it a great pick for long distance running or just daily training. The aggressive lugs on the outsole are really good. They're going to be very nice for muddy conditions. And it's a fairly sticky rubber and performs really well on a variety of surfaces. One thing to note though, it's not the best on slick, wet surfaces. I have noticed a few slips here and there crossing bridges that are a little bit wet, so slick wooden surfaces and rocky sections as well is not the best, but as long as you're aware of that whilst you're running, you can adjust accordingly and not have an issue with it. When it comes to the pace range, this is what had me sold as well. The fact that you can do long, slow efforts in this shoe, so ultra running or just long distance trail running adventures, whatever you want to do in this shoe. It performs really well, but that Lightstrike Pro really wakes up when you push it. It's super bouncy and energetic. And if you do want to pick up the pace, the Agravic SL is definitely going to keep up with you. One thing to note on the stability that I mentioned earlier, this is a neutral running shoe. There's no stability features to speak of in this one, apart from the shank that runs through the midsole. That gives you a little bit of extra protection underfoot from anything sharp digging into the bottom of your foot on the trails. But also it does give you a little bit of torsional stability, keeps your foot planted, and the footprint of the shoe is actually fairly wide at the heel and the forefoot. And that helps with stability too, just gives you more surface area to spread that pressure across. The upper is incredibly breathable. It is an open mesh, which means it's not a waterproof shoe. Don't go buying this to protect your feet from water, but I never like running in GTX or waterproof Gore-Tex running shoes in general, because most of them are always going to be heavier, stiffer, and less breathable. My feet tend to heat up on the run, so I need a shoe that vents off well and allows for good air temperature regulation within the shoe. But this open mesh does mean if you get wet, maybe you're caught in a storm or you've got a river crossing, the open mesh will drain water really well. It's also got TPU overlays at the toe box and a little bit around the heel as well. What that does is give you a little bit of extra splash protection if you're running through small puddles. That just blocks any water getting through the upper. but also it adds durability, stops any potential for tears in the upper. If you're looking for a trail running shoe with a reinforced toe bumper, well, this isn't that one for you. There's no reinforcement here. So just don't go around kicking roots or rocks. If you're wondering where the Adidas Terrex Agravic SL has placed on my best trail running shoes roundup, well, you're just gonna have to follow that link up there. That'll take you to my roundup of the best ones that I've tested recently. And I don't think you're gonna be surprised how well this one's placed. You've made it to my final verdict. Is the Agravic SL worth $160? Yes, this is one of those shoes that has really surprised me recently. It has really shuffled up the rankings on my best trail running shoes in a good way. It's incredibly versatile, has a very good pace range and performs well on a variety of different types of surfaces on the trails and on the roads. If you want to run on road sections, maybe you need to run to your trailhead, this is going to be a great option for that too. And it's super comfortable and most importantly, very fun to run on because of this Lightstrike Pro foam. And you get all of that at $160. I can't recommend this one enough. I also really like how it looks, the colorway, the geometry, the silhouette, and it's a comfortable shoe to step into. Yes, I might buy another pair. I really hope you enjoyed this Adidas Terrex Agravic SL review. If you did, again, please like the video, I really appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel for more running shoe reviews just like this one. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next review. Peace.